Welcome into week number 8 of football tonight. I'm Chris Roush. That's Mitchell Riberall. We've got a lot of games to get to, a lot of big-time matchups. We're going to get right into the first one. Mitchell, you were at this game tonight. Maryville, Savannah, but Spoof Hounds have had Savannah's number for a little while.
Yeah, this is a big rivalry, Highway 71, and Maryville's won the last 11 straight matches between these two, trying to make it 12 today. So let's go right up into Savannah. Undefeated Savannah taking on 4-3 Maryville. First drive, Derek Quinlan drops back, fires the deep ball, looks good, bounces up off the defender, and a great catch by Delton Davis as he falls. Player of the week candidate right there. Very next play, Quinlan finds Cooper Lowe on the out route for the touchdown, and that's 6 for Maryville. Now Savannah's turn. Truman Bodenhausen gets the handoff, and he powers his way in for 6. Touchdown, Savannah. Student section loving it so far. Now Cooper Lowe, this time on the ground, scores his second touchdown of the day. Maryville leads 14-7. Now Cade Chappelle ties this thing up for Savannah with a touchdown of his own. This game just going back and forth early. Now Lowe on defense. He's just everywhere in this game. This time gets the sack and forces the fumble on Dudek and recovers it. Spoof Hound senior everywhere. Student section loving that. And you know what? Feed Lowe. He gets his third touchdown of the first half, and Maryville goes on to win this one 39-28. And the Spoof Hounds improved to 5-3 on the year, winning 12 straight against Savannah.
Some other scores to pass along to you as well. Lafayette falling to St. Pius tonight 40-0. Chillicothe falling to Odessa by 1 tonight, losing 36-35. Our Benton Cardinals back home, trying to snap a 3-game losing streak, hosting the Cameron Dragons tonight. Dragons looking to beat another St. Joseph team after beating Lafayette last week. Heading into the last few minutes of the second quarter, Cameron already up 14-7. Dragons quarterback Alec Lazenby fakes the handoff, throws the ball deep to Kenton Gates, who makes the catch but is brought down short of the goal line. Benton able to hold the line, forcing a 4th and goal for the Dragons. Lazenby takes the snap, throws the ball into the end zone, but Benton breaks it up, turnover on downs. Then the Cardinals move quickly down the field after the stop. 4th and goal for Benton with 17 seconds left in the half. Jackson Rich gets the ball, looks for receiver, but is chased defenders the far side of the field. He turns on the Jets. Touchdown, Benton. Makes the 1-point game, but Cameron blocks the PAT. 14-13 Cameron heading into the break. Cameron wins this one a close one, 21-19.
And another city game, Oak Park defeats Central 45-0 today.
And joining us now is a familiar face and maybe voice to several people across football tonight is our very, well, there he is, Matt Tritton joining us, the voice of the Maryville Spoof Hounds, former KQ2 sports director. Matt, you had that Maryville-Savannah game, tremendous game. Mitchell was there too, back and forth. Just what a win for Maryville tonight.
Yeah, that was a big one for the Spoof Hounds to be able to come up and handle Savannah's best shot. I mean, obviously, as a Savage team that came in 7-0 on the season, they played great football all year long. And the first couple possessions for each team, trading blows back and forth, but then Maryville able to get a stop, take that 21-14 lead. One of the big turning points in the ball game, too, Cooper Lowe coming up with a strip sack, recovered the fumble himself. Maryville had a short porch, was able to punch it in from there. So, overall, Maryville played very well in this football game, bounced back after a tough loss last week at a neutral site against Lutheran North. So, you know what? You see it. It's 5-3. You just look at the record. It may not be sexy, but it's a Maryville football team that'll be very dangerous as we get into November.
And we just got a little bit more with you, Matt. And, I mean, watching them today, they throw the ball, and they throw it pretty well. Delton Davis, I mean, kind of made the, just the first possession a great grab. So, just talk about his performance that you've seen throughout the year with this Maryville team.
Delton's been fantastic. He's a guy that you put your best cover guy on him. Everybody has a hard time, it seems like, keeping up with him. But he's been terrific. He's had great hands, ran a couple quick slants tonight and made some great catches, but he can also stretch the field. And we've seen him really be stressful for some of those secondaries. But it's not just Delton. You see Caden Steckline coming up with some big catches. He had the first touchdown of the night. Drew Burns is a Swiss Army knife for this team. Don Allen stepped up, made some big plays. And a lot of it, too, Derek Quinlan using his feet, making some big plays. He had some good runs tonight. Had a 57-yard touchdown run the week before, too. So he has you always kind of on edge thinking about what he can do. And Cooper Lowe. I mean, Cooper Lowe is just a battering ram for Maryville right now, to where he just kind of punches you right up the gut and just keeps on going and going. So he had 3 touchdowns on the ground tonight. Cooper's been a whole lot of fun to watch. And so this is a team that it feels like, man, if we take this one thing away, they can come back and hit you with a few others. So it's not just a wing tee offense from Maryville anymore. They can throw the ball all over the yard.
Voice of the Maryville Spoofhounds on KXCV, KRNW up in Maryville. Matt Trenton, thank you for joining us tonight.
Thanks, guys.
Don't go anywhere because we still have a lot of good football to get to, including a top 5 showdown between number 5 and number 1 in 8-man football. Who comes out on top?
And a rivalry matchup in the KCI between the Buchanans. Who comes away with bragging rights? Stay tuned. Football tonight. More next.
Welcome back. I'm Mitchell. That's Chris, and we are getting into the rivalry top matchups once the teams kind of settled in, and another big rivalry in the KCI.
Yeah, these two teams, Mid-Buchanan, East Buchanan, had some doozies over the last few years. In fact, the Bulldogs won every meeting between 2010 and September of 2018. The Dragons then rattled off 6 straight wins. Then EB grabbed a win last postseason en route to a state title. Let's go down to Gower. The battle of the Buchanans. Number 2, East Buchanan. Number 3, Mid-Buchanan in Class 1. Early first, Bulldogs going to the air. Gage Busby down the near sideline. Hauled in by Carson White all alone. He goes in for 6. PAT good. East Buchanan jumps out 7-0. That's the score after 1 in this one. Dragons, Zach Kelly, incredible first half for him. Second quarter we go in this one. Same score. Mid-Buchanan going to the air too. Xavier Rumbala to his right. Throwing to the near pylon. Kelly over the shoulder catch. Touchdown Dragons. 7-6 EB though. Later in the second quarter, Dragons with the ball again. Rumbala out of the gun to his left. And guess who? Kelly again over 2 defenders. This time breaking tackles on his way into the end zone. Touchdown Mid-Buchanan. Dragons take a 12-7 lead on the Bulldogs. But late in the second, about 3rd and about 18 for EB, trying to put points on the board before the end of the second quarter. And Busby drops back, looking far side, airs out to Adam Stephen Ingus. He catches it, moves the chains. A few plays later, gives to Aiden Hensley. He gets into the end zone. Touchdown Bulldogs, 14-12 at the break. Bulldogs explode for 36 points in the third quarter to run away with it, 48-12. Lawson and Lathrop Cardinals win that one 37-6 tonight, and Hamilton gets a 58-14 victory over Plattsburgh.
And over at West Platte High School, the 3-4 Blue Jays taking on the 3-4 Panthers in this one. And from the first whistle, it was a hard-hitting game. On their opening drive, the Blue Jays would move the ball, but failed on the 3rd and long conversion, just couldn't get enough there. And after the punt, the Panthers would waste no time getting down into scoring position after a huge gain by the junior Liam Cervais. The big man would eventually be taken down at the 20. And a few plays later, Cervais gets free, cruises right into the end zone for an easy score. Now the following drive, Blue Jays would move the ball but fail on a 4th down. And now North Platte would score on a 75-yard catch and run by senior Caden Mullendor. A great play, and the final score from this one, North Platte wins 18-7. A battle between two undefeated teams, Trenton and Gallatin. This one ends in a 46-6 Gallatin win. And another GRC game, Putnam County beats Maysville 48-24.
Some other GRC scores pass along. Polo taking on Milan. Milan getting the victory 38-6, and then South Harrison beating Princeton 28-19. Don't go anywhere. We have still plenty more to get to, including Riverside, who looks for a home win against Centralia tonight.
And including a top 5 showdown between number 5 and number 1 in 8-man football. Who comes out on top? Highlights coming up next. Welcome back into Week 8 football tonight. Mitchell, Chris.
Yes.
I'm just football.
You're ready for 8-man football now, aren't you?
Yes, I was told today that someone's like, why are you at 11-man? Don't you love 8-man? I love 11-man football as well.
Wow. Someone's calling you out. We need more people to call him out.
Okay, well.
Anyway, though, let's go into the first game. We have 8-man football. Top 5 showdown today. 6-1 Worth County, undefeated North Danger Grand River Conference play. Tigers, Tyler New in the shotgun, rolls back, airs one out, finds Dylan McIntyre as a defender, draped all over him. Touchdown on the second play of the game. Tigers up 8-0. Then Hayden Ecker gets the handoff for the Cardinals, finds a hole, and will run down the sideline for 56 yards. Worth County tackles him short of the goal line, but just a little bit later, Andrew Goff runs it up the gut to finish off the drive. Game tied at 8. Second quarter we go in this one. Worth County leads 22-14. All North Andrew pretty much in this quarter. Braxton Linville, the screen to Ecker. Ecker beats everyone to the near pylon. Cardinals inching closer, still down 28-22. Now check this play out. Last play of the half. Worth County trying to air it out, but Jacob Chittum comes up, knocks the ball loose. Colin Patterson recovers, and he goes in to score. It's 30-28 North Andrew at the break. The Cardinals outlast Worth County tonight. They get a win 56-48. They are now 8-0 on the season. Another 8-man score tonight passes along. East Atchison staying perfect on the season, beating Stanbury tonight 44-20. The Wolves rolling into 8-0 as well in the year.
Back here in town, St. Joseph Christian hosting Pattonsburg in this one. Now Lions in possession at the start of the first quarter. Marching down the field, Levi Miller under center, drops back, finds a wide open Jacob Clayball in the end zone. 2-point conversion, good. Lions up 8-0. For the Panthers not to be outdone. Gage Idings in shotgun, deep downfield. He's got Dalton Sperry untouched. Touchdown tied up at 8. Halfway through the first, Lions up 16-8. Idings throws a screen outright to Sam Coyne, spins away from a defender, shakes off a couple. Oh, nice reach right there. Does he get in? He does. Panthers score. Now a 2-point conversion. Idings runs out to the right, forced to run backwards. And this one, Chris, I don't even know, chucks the ball across the field like a last play of the game, but somehow it keeps it alive, and he finally gets brought down, but not before pitching the ball back to Idings. And this one just keeps going on and on like an amazing game. And they end up getting into the end zone to tie it up at 16. The Panthers win this one 78-48.
All right, go back to last night. Thursday night football, 8-man football, number 3 Albany, number 10 King City. Warriors up 6-0. Blakely Eaton down the field to Ron Pulliam. Touchdown Wildcats, tied up at 6. Second quarter we go in this one, 12-6 King City. Kemper Klein, one of the best QBs in the state, eludes defenders, gets into the end zone for 6 of his own. We're tied back up at 12. Later in the second quarter, same score. Albany punting deep in their own territory. King City gets there, breaks up the punt, and gets great field position out of it. But on 4th and about 6 inside the 10, Albany's defense comes up with a stop, gets the ball back, trying to get something going. Under 30 seconds to go in the half. Klein going to have to go to the air. Looking down the near sideline, connects with Porter Davis. He gets inside the 5-yard line. And next play, just seconds to go, guess who? Klein again. Scrambles in for 6, 18-12 at the break. Albany wins this one last night by a final score of 46-12. And joining us now on the show is 8-man football analyst Devin Albertson. Devin, you were up at that game in Rosendale, number 1, number 5. That was quite the shootout between the Cardinals and the Tigers.
Yeah, both offenses played a really good football game. Neither defense could really get a stop. The big play of the game there was right before halftime. I don't know if you guys saw that or not. Was the Jacob Chittum sack, stroke fumble into the end zone for the touchdown. That was a huge momentum switch there. You get, like, looking at halftime, North Andrew down a touchdown, getting the ball out of halftime, but like not feeling great about themselves, to taking the lead going into halftime. Worth County outplayed them in the first half, so it was a great swing there for the North Andrew Cardinals, and they just kind of kept Worth County at bay most of that second half. But a back and forth game, and if those two teams meet in the playoffs, it'll be another great football game. Those are two very good teams. They're both state contenders.
And Devin, just really quick, what do you think teams need to do to kind of reach where North Andrew is? Because to me, North Andrew kind of the clear number 1 just from the teams that they've beat this season. So what do the rest of the field need to do to catch up with North Andrew?
I think at this point for that District 4, for whether it's Albany, Platte Valley, Worth County, even East Ashton, if you want to go up to that next level and beat North Andrew, one, you just got to be healthy getting into the next couple of weeks just so you can get them at full strength on there. I know a lot of these teams are dealing with some injuries, dealing with a tough schedule, and just being banged up. I think Worth County, they did a good job. And I know they gave up 56 points, but I thought defensively it was just Hayden Ecker just breaking a couple of long runs that really hurt them in that game. I think adjustment here or there, and they can win that football game. I think this game and the Albany game, North Andrew won them, but there are plays being made there for them to be beat kind of deal as well. So I think the top 5 teams in the state are still just very closely knitted together.
Devin, we have about 10 seconds with you now. Bishop LeBlond head coach Chuck Davis will join us here in a second. Do you have any advice on how to spend a 3-hour road trip to Greenfield for him tomorrow?
I don't know, but he'll have plenty of practice for the next week when they got to go to Knox County. So a couple of long road trips for LeBlond, so good luck to Chuck.
Thanks, Devin. All right, and don't go anywhere because we still have plenty more to get to, including Riverside, who looks for a home win against Centralia. Stay tuned.
And a 275 battle over in DeKalb. Can the Tigers get their second win of the season? Stay tuned. Highlights coming up next.
Mic check.
Go ahead and mic check. Yeah, move my coffee.
Do a mic check real quick, Chuck.
Check.
Keep talking.
Hello, hello.
Perfect.
Can you address the camera real quick with like posture and
Yeah,
stuff?
you'll look right there.
Oh, yeah. I want to get like the headroom and such.
Colin,
Alrighty.
how heavy are we?
Thank you very much.
Not too much, I don't think.
Welcome back over in DeKalb. It's senior night as the Tigers host the Mound City Panthers. Both teams searching for their second win on the season, looking to snap their losing streaks. First quarter, Panthers able to force a 3-and-out. And then Cole Gillenwater gets the snap, hands off to Quentin Brandon, who gets down field for a big game before stepping out of bounds. Next play, Gillenwater hands the ball off to Brandon again, who pushed through the middle, makes the touchdown right there. Panthers went for the 2-point conversion, and it's again Gillenwater tossed in the reverse to Brandon, gets across the line for 2. Now Tigers ball after a good return by Chris Weinman. Devin Hall gets the snap, steps back, throws it to Luke Miller, jogs in the end zone. Mound City goes on to win this one 68-40. Now some other 275 scores. Southwest Livingston falls 50-12 to Nottoway Valley, and Platte Valley defeats Stewartsville Osborne 52-24.
All right, some other scores as well. Rockport getting a 2-point win, 30-28 over South Holt. Bishop of Blonde, they play tomorrow down in Greenfield. And joining us now is the head coach of the Bishop of Blonde Golden Eagles, Chuck Davis. And we talked to Devin about it. You have a nice little road trip tomorrow.
Yes, should be interesting finding stuff to do for 3 hours.
What would you do for 3 hours on a road trip like that? Do you read?
I'll probably watch film.
Oh, okay. So tell us about Greenfield, because obviously no one, maybe in our area, really knows much about them.
It's a good experience for us to get to go play a team that we don't see. Not a lot of common opponents, so the film that we do have sometimes can be deceiving because we don't know the teams that they're playing against necessarily, but they are really athletic. They like to get the ball to the outside. Really, in my opinion, they match up pretty well with us, so it should be a fun one.
Yeah, and today you guys obviously not playing. So did you stay up to date with any of the 8-man scores today, or what did you see out there?
We actually went to watch Albany last night, and we were at the Worth County North Andrew game tonight.
So a lot of games.
Yeah.
As you were getting down to the last part of the regular season now, 2 non-conference games and then district, where do you feel like your team's at this point in the season?
We're healthy right now, which is, like Devin said, is huge. At this point in the year, to be healthy at week 8 is a step ahead of a lot of teams. So I think the ball is rolling pretty well. We've built some confidence over the last couple weeks. I think that loss to Archie really sent us in the right direction, which we'd hoped that it would. We've been through the meat and potatoes of our schedule, but we got to finish strong.
Yeah, just